welcome to a new episode, episode 2 of installing the TKX into my 87 Fox body. We're already walking down here to the barn. Same shot as last video. Yeah, let's teleport back into the garage about 5 minutes ago where I described what was going on and what we got to do. Okay, here's the two transits sitting next to each other, different ways. I sent the bell housing off to get work done by a guy named Doug, who's going to aluminum weld it and then machine it to size for me because we don't have aluminum welding wire.
Centering hole in the bell housing was too big, 50 thousandths diameter.
Yep.
Transmissions are almost identical length, but the output shaft, again, this whole TKX transmission is good for a lot more torque. So the output shaft is bigger, has more splines. So we need a new slip yoke.
He said that better himself. And the trans cross member mount that we made in a couple previous episodes, I'm gonna have to slot that out on the good old Bridgeport because on the new trans it's about off by 3/4 of an inch. So that shouldn't be hard. And then, like I was saying in episode 1, I have to bore out the holes on my shifter thing to actually fit the new hardware through because it's bigger.
Yep, we need a new clutch disc. The input shaft on this transmission is bigger. So overall, they're very similar. They're pretty close.
Should I go take out the pressure plate and the clutch disc?
Yep.
Okay. So, we have an issue. Last time we were in here, there was a starter sitting right up on here. And I see a wire, and I see a starter. I just saw it dangling there, and I'm like, oh, it fell down. And then I went to like pick it up, and I'm like, wait, I should not be able to move it this much. We're down in the car pit taking this off. Slowly but surely. They're all torqued to spec, so it's going to be a little hard to break them loose. But what sucks about this is about the light falling and loosening it little bits at a time. So he's going to drop the back of the motor as well so I can reach the top bolts a little easier. My pilot bearing probably shouldn't have been in there to begin with. That's the one that we put right in there. And supposedly it was supposed to stay there. But we don't really need this anymore. Looks brand new.
We're going to get a new official factory pilot bearing. I only had to do this because of the goofy SVO transmission. So
I mean, it lasted while I drove it, so I can't complain.
Yeah. It held up longer than the transmission.
Surprisingly. I never drove it abusively, so I don't know why the trans blew.
Consult the EXPLORANICS video channel on YouTube.
Oh, don't look at my shorts. That's a bad idea. Okay, so we'll get a factory bearing.
Factory bearing. New clutch disc.
New clutch disc. I think we can use this.
We can use that.
Which is good, because that means we can use the flywheel. And slip joint. Probably looking at like 300 bucks. Now, I got my shifter here. Now, I don't have to do this on the Bridgeport, but it's going to be fun to do it on the Bridgeport. As you can see, I got to bring the table down quite a bit, so we're going to do that. So something I'm realizing is this weld right here. I gotta cut this back, I think, because it gets stuck at the top and I can't get the holes lined up. It needs about 125 thou. Just cut off the bottom square to actually fit. So back to the Bridgeport we go. As you can see, the finish doesn't look the best. Like I said, I wasn't shooting for a finish on this. However, I've never used that tool. It was a good little test. So as you can see, we got our homemade shifter on it. It works good. Can't really shift much because I'm recording with one hand. Alright, time to tap and drill the bell housing. We got a mysterious package in the mail. What is it? What is it? Oh, it's everything. We got our bearing. It's actually actual bearing. We got, what's this? Is that the yoke? We got the slip yoke. Look at that.
Let's go see if they all work.
And we got, that's for the slip yoke. And then we got our clutch disc for the TKX. Look at that. Fancy. Alright. How's that fit?
Like a glove.
Ooh. Yeah. No play at all.
Ooh. Let's try this out.
Ooh, we're trying more out. Oh yeah.
We have in footage.
I hired a filmer again.
How much paying me?
Here you go.
Hey, give your dad the heavier end.
This is the heavier end.
It's the heavier end, but it's not the end that goes highest in the air.
We tapped and drilled these two holes, but we're gonna reuse these holes. So we're gonna drill and then STI tap and then do some helicoils in them since these threads are like destroyed. So let's do it.
Do it.
We helicoiled these two holes. These had really bad threads. We helicoiled those and we tapped and drilled some new holes in the bell housing. So with these two lined up, these two like are really dang close to lining up. And yeah, next I think we're gonna get this mounted into the car along with that and the clutch disc and the bearing. So yeah, let's do it. This is my second time recording because the first time I wasn't apparently, but there's a hole in this tire. Or it's just been leaking very slowly, but this tire is low on air. We got the trans in. I didn't record it. There wasn't like a super lot. We spent like 4 or 5 days trying to get the trans in. We decided to borrow a trans jack from a co-worker that I used to work with. And yeah, we just took it for a test drive, which you're about to see. But we're back inside and we're gonna start a new video. You won't know what it is until you see it. But here's some driving footage. All right, my dad's giving it a drive. It's got really smooth shifting. We're all GoPro'd up. It's really bright out. And I don't like sitting passenger in my own car. But here we go. I'm recording on my phone because I'm using my SD cards and the GoPros right now. So here we go. It's already giving it more gas than I did. I'm scared of breaking another trans. How's it feel?
Good.
Pretty smooth. It's nice. It's pretty warm in here. I give you permission to give it the beans a little bit. I don't know if it feels quicker because of the trans and all that, or if it's just because I've been driving a Focus. Oh, that was fun. But yeah, I think it drove pretty good. What's your opinion on the trans when you drove it?
Oh, the trans is great.
You like it?
Yep.
Are you jealous?
No, I got a sweet T5 for mine.
He's putting the T5 in the Valiant. It's confirmed. But the Tremec's still better. Anyways, we'll see you in the next video when we do something else to this car, which we're totally not about to start, and that's why it's in here. Okay, bye!
Bye, Dad.
Wait, no.